Hello Yugioh, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here with a deck update on the Hieroglyph Dragons. Now we haven't seen this deck update for a little while because I did mention a long time ago that I was having trouble trying to find a build for me that worked okay and everything, and that was fun and everything. And I did try out several builds such as the Dragon Rulers and everything, and I even tried out a Magic Planter variant for draw power and all that, but it didn't work out for me, and I've came up with this build and I'm quite happy with it, and it's been doing okay, as you've seen in the previous duel that featured this deck in question. Unfortunately this is only an online version at the moment because the real life deck is about 95% complete. I'm missing just a couple of cards, mainly Forbidden Lance. It's still a very good generic staple card for a lot of decks nowadays, and I can't seem to get any Forbidden Lances less than £10 or so, yeah, I can't really build the deck until I get those sorted. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this deck video, and here we go. First off, we're going to start off with 2 Hieratic Seal of the Sun Dragon Overlord, my level 8 normal monster. I was running 3 before, but I've cut down to 2 because 3 was a bit of a dead draw. Especially if you, as I said, especially if you get them in the hand, you can't not do anything with them. And 2 is all you need to get into the Overlord of Heliopolis anyway, and you know, so that's why I went down to 2. Next we have 3 Dragon of Su, who is the Egyptian god of air. Contribute another Hieratic monster to destroy spells and trap cards on the opponent's side of the field, and pretty much most of the Hieratic monsters share the generic effect of when they themselves are tributed, they can special summon a normal dragon type monster from the hand, deck or graveyard. And this is the first part of the engine. Next part of the engine is Hieroglyph Dragon of Tefnu, and I'm running 3 of her as well. She's basically the cyber dragon of the deck, but if she's special summoned via that effect, she cannot attack. This is like probably the main way to start off the Hieratic engine. You special summon your Tefnu, and then you start tributing her for multiple Sus or multiple Nethbets if you have them, in order to get your level 6s, 4s or 8 normal dragon type monsters out on the field depending on what you need. Speaking of, I also have 3 Hieratic Dragon Nethbet, who is the Egyptian goddess of funerary rites. She has an effect similar to Su, but in that she destroys opponent's monsters on the field instead. And because she's a level 5, it means she can synchro with a certain monster that's in this deck at the moment to get into level 7s, which has been very, very useful in the past. Then we have 3 Hieratic Dragon of Eset or Isis, and she's my favourite Hieratic Dragon. She was the ancient Egyptian goddess of motherhood. She's got the effect of which you can normal summon her without tributing, but her attack becomes 1000, and once per turn you can target a normal dragon type monster on the field, and all other Hieratic monsters have become the same level as that, so exceeding and synchroning with her makes it a bit easier. She's also the other way of starting off the Hieratic engine. If you don't have Tefnu or can't use Tefnu, then you can normal summon Iset, start off with your multiple Sus and Nethbets depending on how you need to tribute and everything as well. But she's a pretty good card, I like her, and she, as I said, she's my absolute favourite. And I forgot to mention, Tefnu is actually the Egyptian goddess of moisture in the mythology. Next we have a standard, of course, 1 Red Eyes Darkness Meld Dragon. I don't think I really need to explain that. 1 Honest, because at least 90% of the deck is light type. 1 Divine Dragon Apocalypse to recycle any dragons I need. For normal monsters, I've got 1 Luster Dragon number 2 and 1 Luster Dragon. I chose these over the other gem dragons like Labradite and Alexandrite, mainly because in ancient Egyptian culture and religion and everything, blue and green were seen as the symbols of life. They were mainly seen as the symbols of life and everything, and used in everyday like charms, spells and Egyptian wall paintings and everything to promote life and rebirth, you know, the afterlife and everything as well. So that's why I've chosen them. It's kind of keeping with the Egyptian theme in a way. And plus I've always liked these 2 dragons ever since their debut in the anime and everything. Then we've got 1 Galaxy Serpent, which is the only tuner in the deck, and this has made such a difference in wanting to get into certain cards and everything, and I'm kind of glad I put it in there because I can sync with my level 6s into level 8s, sync with my level 5s into my level 7s and everything. I did actually have Trident Dragon in here once to sync with my level 8 normal monster as well, but I didn't go into him as often as I like, so I just swapped out for something else. But this little dragon has made a big difference to this deck, I will not lie. For spell cards now, we have generic, of course, the staples of Dark Hole, Book of Moon. I've got one Day of Peace in here because there are times when this deck can be a bit slow, or I can run into situations where I might not be able to do anything, and this card allows me to draw. It allows the opposite to draw as well, but at least it means I don't take any damage for at least a turn or two depending. Got one Dragon's Mirror in here because I've got 5-headed dragon as a target. It's just in case I ever need to really, get a beat stick on the field. Then we've got the 3 Forbidden Lance to protect the Hieratic dragons from spells and trap cards because they're very vulnerable to that sort of thing. We've got 2 MST for back row, 2 Hieratic Seal of Convocation, obviously because it adds Hieratics from the deck to the hand. Then we have 3 Upstart Goblin, which is the draw power I've chosen for this deck because the deck does thin out quite well with certain cards and everything, and also with all the tribute effects of the of the Hieratic dragons themselves. And I think this is a bit more generic than waiting on using the planter at this current time. As I said, I did try the planter variant, but it didn't work out for me. Then of course we have 2 Mirror Force because it's 2 Mirror Force. We have 2 Hieratic Seal of the Ashes, a Foolish Burial on the opponent's turn, a Burial from the Different Dimension on my turn, and a Call of the Haunted in general when it's sent from the field to the graveyard when it's face up. Really good for sending any of the Hieratic monsters that I need to the graveyard if I want to do combos with Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, or even getting rid of the normal Hieratic monster so I don't draw it by accident. If I've used Dragon's Mirror or removed any of the dragons from play via Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon's effect, then I can get it back with this card, and I've got MST and stuff to destroy it in case I need to use its Call of the Haunted ability, etc, etc. Then we have 2 Call of the Haunted just as a generic resurrection card for anything I need. For the extra deck now, we have 3 Hieratic Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis. This is the main aim of the deck, is try and get into this guy and use it to control the field because he's got a brilliant effect of Singularity Destruction. We have 3 Hieratic Dragon King of a Tomb, which can special summon any dragon I need from the deck. However, if it uses this effect, it cannot attack, but that's okay. It's a 24 attacker, which is not too bad. Then we have 2 number 39 Utopia. Again, it's the same sort of reason why I want a Day of Peace if there. If I get into a problem where I can't seem to do anything, then Utopia at least can stall for a little while until I can get that sorted. Then we have 1 Stardust Dragon to protect the dragons from destruction. 1 Stardust Spark Dragon. I know this is only OCG at the moment and not legal yet in the English TCG, in the UK at least, but it's great for protecting certain dragons in case I need them on the field and everything. Again, this is not available in the TCG yet or legal here in the UK, but I'm also running 2 Moonlight Rose Dragon. This is fast becoming one of my favourite synchro monsters ever. Just basically, it's a compulsory evacuation device if a level 5 or higher monster is special summoned on the opponent's side of the field. Brilliant for making your opponent think, do they want to summon out their high level monsters or risk getting compulsed back and everything. So I've definitely got 2 of those in there. And then we have 2 Black Rose Dragons, the normal ones, just for resetting the whole field if I need to really restart the field and everything and get combos going and everything. It works quite well with Hieratic Seal if I chain Hieratic Seal to Black Rose's effect, because then I get the Call of the Haunted effect in the next chain, if you like, and everything. So it's brilliant, really good that way. And then finally we have 1 5-headed dragon, of course, just because, it's a dragon deck. I've got Dragon's Mirror in there. It's just a 5,000 attack beat stick. Anyway, that's it for this deck review. I hope you guys enjoyed. As I said, and I'm getting performance alerts again, which is really annoying me. I hope you enjoyed this deck review. As I said, this is what it's like at the moment. By the time the real life deck comes up, there could be 1 or 2 changes depending, but at the moment the deck is about 95% complete. I will try and get a real life video as soon as I can, but no promises there, mainly because Forbidden Lance is still pretty expensive around my place, but oh well, what can you do. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye!